was simple.
And
He sat
no,
at his
it's
desk
not
in room
installed for your
427,
information.
And he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what
Bang,
employee
bang, fruit.
427 did every
We might as well
day,
play some
every
Bang Bang
month
Fruit.
of every
That's hard.
year. And although others might have considered it
I will
so,
fucking kill you in a
Stanley
minute.
relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly.
Cameron's gonna be jealous.
And Stanley.
Bang Bang Fruit 2 has anime girls with letters. They're better
And
than
then
your
one
normal
day,
letters.
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he
Yeah, I'm
would
gonna go
never
play me
quite
some Bang Bang
forget.
Fruit. I need
He had
letters.
been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one
This better be an
single
instant
order
5-second
had
download.
arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself
I don't even know
unable
the
to move
concept
for
of
the
this game
longest
or
time.
how you're supposed to
But
play
as he came to
it.
his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped
I
out
just
of
got
his
the letter
office.
A by just going into the game. I
All
got
of his
D and E.
co-workers were gone. What
Oh,
could it
that's
mean?
way too high.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Nope,
memo.
that's way too low. Nope. No. Oh. It's slowly falling.
When Stanley came to a set
This is
of two open
great.
doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How the fuck is this supposed to happen?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No one knows what I'm talking about. Alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm literally just shooting a strawberry around.
Stepping into his manager's
sad now.
office,
The
Stanley
strawberry
was once
didn't make
again
it.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now? when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Why? I can't even do a World 3 level 2. Fuck it.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible.
Why is it so
It
complicated?
couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe
I'm sad.
it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
And it appears that you were wrong.
Yes. He had won. He had
Cameron still
defeated
here
the
or no?
machine, unshackled himself from someone else's
that as a no.
command. Freedom was mere moments away.
No!
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected
Andrew,
on
what
how
did I do
many
wrong?
puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be.
Angie, hello.
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only
Worthless.
thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin. The feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I can't put the strawberry on the fucking cake. He was to put the fruit in the. And that one's gone.